Welcome back to the Culturally Distinct Podcast. It's your boy Black Adam. I'm glad you guys tuned back into the show, man. Look, I'm glad you guys made it to another week. I'm glad you guys made it to another day. And the beautiful part is you got a chance to see me one more time. You see this beautiful face in the words of Muhammad Ali, right? So, guys, man, look, before I even get started, I'd like to give a big shout out to you, yourself, your lovely self. Give a pat on yourself on your back and give yourself a hug because you guys made it this far. And you guys subscribe to the show, so I thank you guys for showing up. Again, I'd like to give a big shout out to my sponsor, 605 Adult Beverages, Call Audio, Red Core Universe. Much love to you guys. Thank you guys for sponsoring the show. Guys, I got a responsibility that I want you guys, not a responsibility, I want a task. I got a task that I want you guys to take. This week, I want you, one, not just to like and subscribe to my guest on the show today, but like and subscribe to the show. If you like it, I like the comments. Last week when I had Raquel up here, oh my goodness, it was going crazy, right? Mental health is a big thing right in our community.
Her. I'm sorry, I'm not introduced.
Oh
yet.
yeah, no,
but
that's good.
When I tell you I love her,
Yeah.
I love her. Highly recommend it. Use her services.
She is good.
She's transformative. Like,
When she came up here, it was like a whole we saw what we saw on the show, but behind the scenes, it was like crazy. She's a good person, real good person. You know, we gonna do some other stuff together, some live stuff. But she's a real sweet person, and God made that thing happen. But yeah, but you guys make sure you follow her because she's doing some impactful things, not just here in Houston, but around the world. She's going bigger places. She's gonna be on Oprah, and I told her she's gonna be on Oprah in maybe 2 or 3 months. On Soul Sunday. I could believe that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's dope. But anyway, enough about her. We got a special guest in the building today. You feel me? So you probably seen this young lady. Actually, you probably been to her clinic, right? Can I say clinic?
Yeah, absolutely.
A clinic. You probably been to a clinic. A friend of mine told me about her, and I was like, okay, well, I said, let me go check out. I'm gonna support black business. But, you go to some black business, it's like, mediocre service. You might, the girl in the front, she might be popping bubble gum on the phone with an old man or something. I'm like, but when I went there, it was very professional. The services was good. I went back, and I went back again, and I referred more people. So I was like, you know what? I like this. I think that I'm going to make this place my home in terms of my muscle care and my chiropractic practice and just wellness in my body, right? Before I don't want to even get into that because I got to introduce her. I like everybody to welcome to the show, Dr. Ashley Devers. Hey. Hey. You hear the hand clap, huh? Yeah, he got a hand clap. You got an audience. Sure. How you doing? Should I say Doc, Ashley, Dr. Devers, what?
Yes.
Dr. Devers?
Sure.
Dr. Devers?
Sure.
That's a long name.
You can say Doc. You can say
Doc.
Ashley. The answer was yes to them all.
Okay, got you,
Yes.
got you. So I want to get started, Doc. I'm gonna say Doc. That's easier for me.
Perfect.
Right. It's in this respectful too, because you did your time and to get your degree.
Thank you.
To call you doctor. So I'm gonna give you that respect. Where are you from?
Chicago.
Chi-Town.
Yes.
Chi-Town. How you got here?
Interesting. So I told I wanted to go out of state. I know I'm a city girl. Didn't want to stay in Chicago. And so I was like, Mom, I'm going to go out of state because there's no other major cities in Illinois but Chicago. Mm-hmm. So she said, okay, well, if you're going out of state, then you need to go where family is. And so I have family in Houston. And so I was like, I'm going to go see my uncle. And I said it like I was just going to visit him, right? So I'm going to spend 4 years in Houston, and then I'll probably bounce around, travel the world. Mm-hmm. I'm still here.
So how long ago was that?
Later. 20.
20 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, you're Houstonian then.
Don't do that. Nope, not at all.
You got to do it. Because,
No.
I'm going to tell you why.
Nah, sorry.
You know why?
No reason.
Because.
Could convince me to say that I am a Houstonian. Well, absolutely not.
Well, all right.
I am a Chicagoan through and
all right.
through.
South Side. Look, Kanye said to all my South Side that know me best, right? Yeah. So I'm from New Orleans originally, right? Born and bred. I'm always be from New Orleans. Yeah. It's just in my blood. Yeah. But I've been to Houston 15 years. Mm-hmm. So if somebody says, well, are you from Houston? I'm going to be like, no, I'm not from Houston. I reside in Houston. Mm-hmm. But it's an old rap lyric. It says, not where you from, it's where you at.
Yeah.
So I'm a Houstonian by residence. By blood, I'm a New Orleans. Same thing. For you, you're Chicago in. How you say
Yeah,
it?
Chicagoan.
Chicagoan. You're Chicagoan, but you're a Houstonian. 20 years? That's a long time.
I know how to operate and function in Houston very
Okay.
well.
Okay. You like Houston?
I do.
Okay.
It's central of everything. So, if you want to travel somewhere, you're not going to travel more than like 4 hours on the airplane, especially like domestically.
Yeah.
The Caribbean's right here. So, if you want to go back up north to Chicago, that's like a 2.5 flight. So, everything's really central if you want to travel. Being in Houston, the only thing I would complain about is public transportation.
Yeah, it's horrible.
When I was an undergrad,
So, were you an athlete
no.
in Chicago?
No, well, I mean, define athlete. So, okay,
You participated in
because
organized
there are
sports.
people that will be like, "Ma'am, you are an athlete." So, so I did a lot of like, I was a tomboy growing up.
Okay.
So I did volleyball. I played tennis. I played soccer. Soccer was my ultimate favorite. And then I also did martial arts. And
Okay.
so in and I was part of the band. Like I just did a lot. I played
You
both
did a lot.
clarinet and trumpet.
You was an athlete.
And so, yeah. So in martial, arts, but it didn't get me to college. So in my head, I was like, that was just for fun. And like even so, Houston or Texas versus Chicago, mentality is a lot different. In Chicago, a lot of people just feel like recreational, like sports,
Yeah.
are there just for fun. They're not there so that you could potentially one day make it pro.
Yeah.
And so I think I grew up with that mentality that this is just for fun. This does not make you an athlete. This does not put you in a category that's going to carry you far. This is just you're having a good time. This is keeping you out of trouble,
Yeah.
keeping you, off the streets. And then when you go to college, that's the ultimate. So when you're in school, like in high school and middle school, like you need to be working on your GPA, you need to be cultivating relationships, you need to be thinking more in the professional sense. But here in Texas, it's totally different. It's like I'm gonna get
Yes.
my kid recovery. I'm gonna get them an extra trainer,
That's right.
an extra coach
Yep.
because they're about to go pro. But a lot of people up north don't have that mindset.
So now you're here. So you did your your high school years and college years here, right?
I did my college years here.
You went to U of H, correct?
Correct.
U of H, both for everything?
Yes, I went for my bachelor's and my master's.
Okay.
And then the chiropractic was Texas Chiropractic.
Oh, wait, you
So
didn't go
it's a
to
different-
hold on. I'm about to get on you right now. Hold on.
Why didn't I go to a HBC?
Yes, right. Why you go to HBCU? Let's talk about it.
I'm
Let's
from
talk about it.
Chicago.
They have Chicago. They have Chicago State.
People.
Well, it used to be called Chicago State. It's
Chicago State.
I wanna say it's-
I can't say that Chicago State is the HBCU, is it?
yeah.
It is? Oh, well.
Well, it used to be.
Okay.
It
What
used
is
to
it
be.
now?
It's probably a PWI now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I would say HBCUs are definitely a southern thing for sure. So with me, as he switches to HBCU, not mad at it. I mean, I respect it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I would say in Chicago, I didn't take it as serious as like southern households do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny you said that because my undergrad is in kinesiology. So I took a liking to that early in my high school years, right? I was like, well, if I go to college or play ball, I might as well do something that is
Goes
close.
along with what you love
Right.
to do.
I'm always getting hurt. Oh, my friends are always getting hurt. I'm like, how can I rehab versus somebody telling me how to rehab? Because it's like you said earlier, it's like the medicine. Some medicine works for some medicines don't. Certain rehab works for others, some don't. Even nutrition. Some people could have a steady diet and it works for them, but it doesn't work for that individual. I think it's a book called I want to say, it's something about a diet. It's something to whatever your blood type is, you have a certain diet,
Yeah.
right? So I learned that when I went to college in kinesiology and the study of human movement, and I was fascinated by how like the neurons and your muscles react,
Yes.
right? That was like it blew my mind. I was like, so if I could think of something, it causes my muscles to move.
Yes.
I'm like, so I say it's so reaction, what is that? Gravity, things of that nature. It's like all this stuff it makes sense when it comes to coordination, hand-eye coordination. It's amazing. Catching a ball is like a act of God.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's
The
like
timing and
it's crazy because you gotta rationalize the speed of the ball. You gotta see it, then your body reacts to where the ball might be. The
you gotta actually grab it
right,
on time.
right. That's crazy, right? And you do it multiple times, right?
Yeah.
Like say a baseball or football, one of those sports where you use your hands and your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that, I said, man, this is fascinating. Now you went to college to become, you got your master's in anatomy and physiology,
No, I got my bachelor's in nutrition and my master's in exercise science.
exercise science.
Yes.
Okay, so now having that, how did you start what you have now in terms of business?
Oh, how did I start?
How did you start? Because I'm gonna get to the business side of it. I wanted to know, one,
Yeah.
your education behind it,
Okay.
and now I want to know the business. How did you start the business? Because having an education is one thing, but having a business acumen is totally different.
Right. Yeah. I felt that shift, and I was like, "Hold on, let me make sure I'm getting on the same
Yeah.
wavelength as you right
Yeah.
now." So, starting a business. So I always had. So one of the reasons why I decided to be a chiropractor is that I found out that chiropractors don't need referrals in order to exist, in order to see patients, and so that means that they can be an entrepreneur. So I
Okay.
was like, okay, cool. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. My dad was an entrepreneur, so I wanted to give it a shot and see like if I was going to be good at it. And so so that's why I chose the profession. Now, when I graduated, I actually was an associate chiropractor 1 year at one place and then 2 years at another. And I was actually getting really, really comfortable at that second place. And
Why?
but God
'Cause the
shut
pay?
that down. Huh?
Because the pay?
Yeah, the pay, the growth. I felt like I was achieving the things that I wanted to achieve. So I didn't really know why I needed to, I didn't know why I needed to. There wasn't a ceiling, right? Because it was on commission. So I didn't see why I really needed to move. I was happy.
So you was chilling.
I was growing. I'm not saying that I was chilling, but I was satisfied. Like I could focus on my craft, be good in my craft, and not have to worry about all the extra things that an entrepreneur has to worry about. And so I was able to grow. I was still able to socialize and say, hey, you should try chiropractic, and not really having a lot of pressure on me to meet a quota in order to do what I love to do. I was cool. Like if it comes, it comes. If it didn't, it didn't. I was good either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and you was how old were you during this time?
Ooh,
Like,
I can't remember.
like in your
Probably like
mid 20s, 30s.
31, 32.
Well, so no kids, 30s, right?
Correct.
Hey, you good. You in
Right.
Houston, you 30s, you in your 30s, you making good money.
Yeah.
You know
At
what
that
I'm saying?
time, it was like, okay, time to start talking about growing the family portion. Because remember, I told you that was like
Yes.
the time, the goal for me. Uh-oh.
Oh, no, you good. You good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that was the goal for me at that time. I was just like, look, I'm like, did I
Uh-oh.
pull something out of it? But yeah, that was that. But that's not what happened. So,
Oh.
meaning that I actually got pushed to start my business a lot. Like God was like, oh, you comfortable?
Right.
Oh no, I'm gonna make it to where you're uncomfortable. Like you basically, if you have any pride in this world, you are going to go ahead and step away from that.
So now, I'm glad you said that because you helped me out with my next question.
Yeah.
That side of it, because in 2020, pandemic, we had 50% of new businesses start, right? From 2020 to 2024, 50% of those businesses, out of those 50% businesses, 40% of them failed. I ain't gonna say failed. Well, failed, fraudulent, because that PPP didn't match out because we was at home. So 10% of those businesses survived, and out of that 10%, I think only 3% of them are still active. Right? Out of that whole 50. So you got 3%. So now, what made you say outside of God saying, I'm gonna push you out, and you're not gonna be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I got for you,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's what happened.
Oh, that what happened.
No, that is what happened.
Really?
Yes.
So you was like trial and error. You just had to learn it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying how? Like, what would you do? Not going down the whole process, but like, okay, I lost my job, or
No, I didn't
all
lose
right.
it.
So how did?
Hold on, let's I
don't know,
lose my
Bill.
jobs now, but no, I did leave.
Okay.
But all in all, how? So okay, you're not asking about the why did I leave, but the how did I do it?
Yes.
So it was. So I actually started 2019. So I made the business January 3rd. 2019. And so from there, we opened up the clinic in April.
Okay.
And then, and so while I was doing, so, okay, so basically, they pissed me off in September. So I started looking for opportunities
Your
my
job.
old job.
Okay.
Yeah. So pissed me off in September. So then I started looking for different locations. First, I wanted to be, sorry. I think something else just happened. No. Okay. All right. So then,
Good. Good. It's durable.
so then,
it's durable.
so I looked at places around the area that I was currently at, didn't find any place. And so then I found somewhere in Pearland.
Okay.
So signed the contract. And so then it was a month when we did. When I tell you, so what, I have this one woman that was a patient, and she found me because she went to me only because I was a black doctor.
Okay.
She was like, I need a chiropractor. I only want black doctors. If it wasn't for you actually being on the list, I would not be here.
Really?
So
Okay.
she's a business coach, and you know, she asked me questions all the time. And so I was like, such and such happened. Can you believe this? And then she was, we have been we became really, really close friends. So I don't just, vent to anybody.
Yeah.
But she had been close friends, and so she asked me a few questions, and she was like, okay, so what about this? So what percentage of the people, do you think would follow? How much money do you think that you would make? And so then I told her those answers, and then she's like, yeah, you can move. You can leave. Now's the time. Like, now's a good time for you to move. And I was like, wait, what? Like, what? And so she was like, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And she was like, I'll show you. Just like that. I'll show you. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So so when it came down to putting like the point of sales, like credit card transactions together and making those contracts, knowing which ones to do, or even trying to get some type of finances, like she helped me out with that. I already had a little bit saved up because I did know I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know when.
Yeah.
So but would I say that I had enough money realistically to start a business? Absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything was just straight God. So
them hidden costs, and they're like, wow, oh my goodness, down payments. Yeah.
So nobody told me that there was a difference between commercial and residential pricing for the exact same thing.
Yes.
So when you're looking at like the square footage of what I was getting and so let's say I have like maybe 5-6 rooms in my clinic. It's 1,800 square feet. Mm-hmm. Now, I can't remember how much my house was, but it was a 5-bedroom house. When I tell you that my lease was like triple what my house was, I was like, houseway.
Yeah.
When I tell you that it was a shock when my electricity bill was double than what my house bill was, when I tell you my internet bill was double what my house, and I'm just like, how are people getting away with it? It's the same exact energy. It's the same exact internet. How?
Yeah.
How can you just get away? Like,
there's loopholes around it, but I could tell you that off camera.
Everybody, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah.
So I'll remind you too. But I was just like, man, everybody's like tax deducted, that, and I'm just like, no, because I bought a whole bunch of furniture, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I had to pay taxes on not just purchasing the furniture, but I had to tell like Brazoria County that I had the furniture so that they could tax me on that.
Yeah.
And then I had to let's say I make money based on this furniture that's sitting in my office. Now I'm getting taxed on the money that I made from having the furniture, like allowing the furniture to be there in order for me to exist. And I'm like, I'm getting tax on tax. So yes, you talk about tax deductions, but I get a tax deduction for buying the furniture. That's about it on just the furniture. Now paying off, so you have like negatives, right? So like let's say you buy all this furniture or whatnot, and you can write that off. You can write the actual furniture off. But you still have to pay the money, right? And so when you finally pay the credit card back, the money, like you still have to pay taxes on that money that you.
Correct.
So for me, I'm just like,
You're learning.
yeah, it was a huge learning curve for sure. But all in all, I learned. I'm still learning. I've
Absolutely.
had some very recent learning lessons that I don't think people talk about, and so yeah.
So, so, so the beautiful part about that is this. So, I've always had a business. Shit, I had a business since I was 12, but legally, when I moved to Texas, I started a business. Then I started another business. So, the state of Texas. The good thing about Texas is they're good at for entrepreneurs, but they have this thing called capital gains, right? So, capital gains tax is 15% of everything that you make. Anything that you purchase, anything that you make, and you report it, you got to pay 15% on that, right? As time went on, I learned how the rich do it legally, and learn how to maneuver around it. So you don't have to pay none of that shit. Excuse my language. But no. I wanna ask you that because the learning lesson in that, because somebody that's gonna be watching, they're gonna see you, they're gonna be like, well, I want to start a business, because everybody think having a business is like the thing. I was like, well, I'm an entrepreneur. Yeah, you're an entrepreneur now, but Jay-Z got a line in one of his verses says, you're not a business until you pay all your invoices.
Was that Boss?
Yes. Yes.
From the Carter album. Yeah.
Yes. You start paying those invoices. Now you're a business. He was like, wow, I got.
And you're not successful until you've helped other people become
That's right.
successful. Because if you're the only person who's benefiting, then
What's the purpose?
yeah.
He said he equates success as how many people around him that's just as successful as him. That's how he equates business. Success.
Yeah. Because honestly, like you're gonna take so many hits and you're gonna ask yourself why all the time. But when you see and that's the thing for me, when I see everybody growing around me and I actually feel like I'm a part of a community, that helps me to create my why, which is therefore my success, right? And so I totally understand. So when people are like, oh, let's collab and do this and bring this concept together, like that creation and knowing that, I don't know, you're just connecting the dots and you're providing resources or even environment. Like I wanted a space where everybody felt safe, right? And I didn't feel like I had that opportunity when I, left at the other places or any of the places that I've worked at. And so when I created the space, I was like, number one, I'm not going to do what was done to me. And number two, I'm going to create a space where people just know, like, when you come in, you're going to feel like welcomed. You're going to be taken care of. You can fall asleep on the table if you want to, because somebody I had snoring earlier today, but like you just know that this is a place that you can be safe at and nobody's going to take advantage of you. Yes, we'll be upfront. Yes, you have to pay, but you're not going to be taken advantage of, right?
So why is that important? And where did that come from? That community where you saying, these individuals, my clients, my coworkers, my staff, where did that come from? Because a lot of people don't have that.
But I really do feel like, owning a business and owning a practice, if you are trying to not screw people over, right? There's going to be hits that you're going to take. Like, it's not all like unicorns and rainbows in the business world being an entrepreneur. You're not going to have like all these wins that are just going to be like, oh my God, I'm so glad I quit my 9-to-5 or my secure job. I'm so glad that I quit my secure job because this opportunity is so secure. This opportunity is so much better. I'm making so much money. Like, if you're doing it right, in my opinion, you're going to be taking hits. And so at the end of the day, like, you're going to have to ask yourself, why am I taking so many hits? And for me, one of the reasons why I'm taking so many hits is because I wanted to create a space that people felt safe.
Yeah.
Like, even back in like civil rights era and things, or even Black Panther. Like Black Panther, they were trying to create food systems for people, right? Like somewhere that you can create a community where you know that, I don't know how many times I can say you can feel safe. Like,
Yeah.
somewhere you can go to and you can just feel like you're at home. You can just sit down. Like my favorite time of like the year or times of my life is when I'm sitting down around at a picnic and
We grown. Let's get real with it. You know what I'm saying? So as an attractive woman, how does your dating life how is it affected, or is it affected?
I feel like that's a broad question, but I will say date. So, for example, I'm always at work, right?
Yes.
If I'm not at work, I'm probably working on work, or and so sometimes it's not available for people. Like I'm not accessible like that, because if somebody comes into my office and they're trying to talk to me, I'm just gonna look at them like, would you like somebody to come to your job in your professional
True.
setting
That is true.
and try to cut up? Like, no, that's, to me, that's not appropriate.
That's true.
So really it's like, okay, and then I try to make myself a little bit more accessible sometimes, but I'm what I found is that some people just they like, I don't find a lot of people that are serious. Like I just find
Okay.
a lot of people that are just like looking for more trophy, and then you like put them through a ringer, and then you're just like, yeah, you wasn't about nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. So the opportunity. If you give somebody the opportunity, right? So having the opportunity is everything. Now, a lot of men are not serious, but what if what if a man is serious, right? And he wants to date? Like, what do you do? And how do you turn that off? Because that's impossible to turn that off. If you've been doing this for X, Y, and Z amount of years, it's like, this is my baby. Look,
how do I turn off my business?
yeah,
I go back to what I originally said before. Like, my thought was to have a family and then also have a career.
okay,
Right now it's very difficult for me because I think one of the reasons why I'm struggling with answering the question
Yeah.
is because I'm not really in a space to date, to be 100% honest. I'm in a season where I am just trying to get back to me, get back to my routines, get back to what healthy me looks like. And right now, I would not say that I'm operating in a healthy manner mentally.
Oh,
And so
that's
I
fair.
don't want to bring somebody else into a place where I haven't even figured out balance.
That's
Does
good.
that make sense? So for example, like I'm working most weeks I work 6 days a week. Some weeks I work 5 days a week. If I'm not working and I'm out socializing, it's still me promoting. It's still me, being present. It's still me being like more of a professional setting. So my time, even to myself, is very minimal. So for me to
Do you want kids?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
But,
okay.
I don't even see how it's going to fit. I can't even take care of myself. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, dang. But if I had a boo, then he could actually help me, like, cook. Or he could help me. Like, I'll cook and you do the laundry or
So-
something like that. Or
so-
I cook, you go get the groceries, you clean the dishes. But then when I'm cooking, I got to figure out how I'm going to clean too. I'm like, I don't even feel like doing it.
So what's the fear?
What's the fear?
Yeah. The fear, I'm asking, what's the fear of committing or saying yes to someone that's willing to commit? Well, I mentioned it because, I have these conversations all the time, especially when people come up here, they talk about what they do. They talk about, the interactions they have with people, everything the success that they gained over the years.
Yeah.
And when they ask me for advice, I tell them, because I was married for 15 years.
Same.
But-
Well, not for 15, but for 6.
But I'm divorced.
Me too.
But right, me too, me too. But I tell them, I say, well, the thing is, I believe I'm a advocate in numbers, right? Right. The multiplicity in two people is great, right? So if you believe in God, if you believe in the Bible, it says one could lead 100, but two could lead to 1,000. So that's like 100%. That's 100% X, right? So I said, damn, if I could get somebody that's aligned with me, that has the same like path, not exactly what I do, same goal, same level, I don't have to work as hard. We just align and everything will fall into place, and then it could be expanded to another measure. That's how I looked at it.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I have seen or heard a lot about like guys, they say something like Adam, God gave him a job first before
Yes,
he gave him a woman.
absolutely.
Right? And so in what sense, or what would you say to the guy that's saying, I want to have all my ducks in a row before I bring in a wife? Or is that something that you think is a realistic thing to do? Or are they just waiting a while? Because I've seen people that, create a whole life, and then at 45, 50, then they're like, okay, all right, I'm ready to settle down.
To answer you, all right. So, this is my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. So what you're saying basically, yes, I believe that a man should be financially prepared to go into that situation, but it's the reason why God had to put Adam to sleep, because he needed help. He couldn't do it by himself. No matter how much he grinded, no matter how much he did it, and no matter how much he obtained, he still needed help. See what I'm saying? He could do it by himself, but he only could get to a certain level. So when he said, he put the man to sleep to create a helpmate to help him accomplish what he needed to accomplish, that was for a reason, right? So now, to answer your question, yes, a woman, any man approaches a woman, he has to have his ducks in a row. He can't be no broke dude. I want, what I'm saying, no broke. You know what I'm saying? He has to have something, but I'm not saying he has to be extremely rich either.
Right.
He could prepare. He could provide for you too. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that reasonable provision is, right? He has to be able to provide. He has to have a vision, right, for the woman to follow behind, or just align with, not follow behind, align with. Two, she has to be willing to be able to help him, support him. I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna take help out. Use the word support. Support him in whatever he's doing, right? Because at the end of the day, this is my belief. If she supports him, basically she's helping herself out, because at the end of the day, it's for her anyway.
Right.
So I'm saying. So that's to answer your question. That's my answer
So
for
it's
that question.
interesting because now you have like several different people in their careers, right? Because now, I'm older. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not developing what it is my future is going to be. I'm living it right now. And I know that, me and healthcare is a thing,
Yeah.
right? Like you're not going to switch that. So it looks like for, in my mind and what I've found is like, okay, well, it seems like my next person is either going to be like complementing like the healthcare. I help them grow, they help me grow, but it would probably be in healthcare, right? Health
You never
and
know.
wellness
You never know. What if he's in business,
or business.
right? Or he might be in a whole nother avenue. Because the thing is, this is how God. This is how funny God is. God puts things in our life for a reason, right? Things don't happen to us; they happen for us, right? So if we understand that concept, he's like, "Damn, why did I'm going down this path, and this is my passion. This is my purpose. Why am I going through this?" Because it's a reason why you're going through it, because it's something that God wants out of it, right? Either you're learning, that person is learning, or y'all supposed to learn together, right? And the biggest part, and I learned this in therapy. Me and Raquel was having this conversation. The biggest thing that I've learned in every relationship that you're having out, this ain't got to be like a husband-wife thing. It could be a male, female, whatever, business. You have to align with the person, whatever your purpose aligns with. So if that's your purpose and this is person's purpose, make sure y'all align. If y'all align, I think that's the purpose of everything. Fulfilling your purpose, finding somebody else that has that purpose, but y'all kind of similar in purposes, but y'all align, and now that thing is going to grow like wildfire. So now when we talk about relationships with another partner, with another man, I think that's what it is. Because I don't think healthcare is your purpose. You love healthcare, and nothing is wrong with that. But like I said, somebody might come along in business and like, look, I could teach you business. You know what? You're doing that wrong. Let me do this.
Come on. I'm just playing.
Nah, but that's how life works. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing is, a lot of people don't look at it like that, because they looking at it, this is what I want. This is what I want right now. I'm of age. I've been doing this. I ain't accepting nothing else. And that's when ego comes into place. And it's like you're not even trying to open up or see nothing else. It's like the man is right here. Or the business partner is right there. They're right there, and they've been there the whole time. But that ego thing is, anyway, that's a whole nother segment of the ego.
I will say that I have like, so when I was married, one of the biggest things was, how people say that you can't expect your spouse to make you happy or just to fill every hole in your life. And one thing that I've found is that like I really enjoy my friendships, especially like with other women. Like they are like cool, and depending on the type of the depending on the female. So one female may be like adventurous, and I'm like, oh man, okay, so we gonna go on this trip, we
Yeah.
gonna go on this trip, we gonna go this trip together. One other person may like to work out, so I'm like, oh, we about to go hit up this gym and all these things. And so I find that like having different friends around really help to also make my life feel full.
Correct.
Right. So I don't know. I just give it up to all the queens out there that I try to like.
Yeah, shout out to all the women, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the women. I think
They're
because
holding it down.
I think that like they always say this: black people are not a monolith, right? Right. We're not one thing. We're multiple things. Also, with like you said, with friends, I think we have multiple people that's in our life that's presented in our life for that reason. You like to work out. You like healthcare. You like doing chiropractic. You like talking about this. You like looking at that. You like vacationing there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have a different group for everything in life. And sometimes it's like that when it comes to men too.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean by that?
Like
I had to make sure. Wait,
in terms of like a friend. Like you might have a guy friend you might want to have a conversation with. He a conversationalist, right? You might have a guy friend you want to go on a date with because he's very, he's very astute when it comes to like wine tasting and doing things like that, nice things. You might have a guy you want to go on vacations with because he's just a cool dude, and you like to vacation together. You have a guy you like to work out with, stuff like that. Now, if you get a man, then get that man one, that's different. But
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like that don't fly in a relationship. It's not. No.
but I say
Like,
this.
But I think what I'm saying is like a lot of times women are looking for like their perfect match, and they're looking for someone to like check all the boxes. And I want him to be able to do this. I want him to be able to do this with me, right?
Yeah.
I want to be able to cook with him. I want to be able to. And the reality is that not one person, in your life is going to be able to
Fulfill all that, yeah.
all of that,
That is
right?
true.
And so like while they may fulfill the majority of it, like it's not realistic to expect them to like fill every hole in your life.
Well, you said something earlier that made a lot of sense, and I think a lot of people don't really look at that. I think it's more the more fuller you become within yourself, right? You don't need no one else to like validate that in you because you have it already.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It goes either way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I know I'm a fit woman, I'm in shape. You don't need nobody to say, "Oh, girl, you in shape, girl. Girl, you could do it." You know you're in shape, right? Same thing with our emotions. If I'm beautiful, if I'm sexy, if I'm smart, I know that already. It's cool that for you to tell me, but I know that already.
Right.
And I reassure that within myself. So I don't really need your reassurance. Thank you, but I know that already. And I think a lot of people don't have that. Are they looking for someone to, like I said, fill that void? And that's the void that that's why mental health is important and therapy is important.
Very,
Very important.
very.
So, yeah. So before we get out of here, I got a question for you. And we kind of touched on it, but I want to hear from you. What's your purpose?
I think it's multi-layered, but overall it's to help others in multiple ways, whether
Okay.
it be like right now, like my primary is physical health, right? Making sure that they can optimize their well-being. Also place to help people
Yeah.
with. So I definitely have a giver. I think my purpose is to give. My purpose is to help. And yeah, that's me.
That's good. That's good. I like it. I like it. I like it. So and by the way, I am a client over there. So, this is not just a podcast. I really do go over there and I enjoy the experience. Even though I be late all the time, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. Charge it to my head, not my heart.
Hey, if you're late past when I'm supposed to go home, you're just gonna be knocking on the door. Sorry.
But it's all good. It's all good. That's why grace is sufficient.
And boundaries.
That's right. That's right. Create boundaries. That's right. So, look, Ashley, we got to get out of here. So, look, before we get out of here, this is what I want you to do. Give your social media. How can they find you? How can they find the Body Max? Anything that you want to give the people.
So my social media is Dr. Ashley Devers at Dr. Ashley Devers, as well as Body Max Chiro. That's our business page. We would love to take care of you, make sure that we optimize your health to its maximum potential. And of course, if you need anything, our phone number is 832-940-9892.
Yeah. Hey, you want to give your social? What's the social media?
I did. So it's at Body Max Chiro and at Dr. Ashley Devers.
There we go.
Dr. Ashley Devers.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit Doc up, man. The facility is great. It's over there in That's Pearland? What is
It's
that?
in Pearland, and we just opened up another location off Montrose.
Oh, really? Oh, shout out to that. Oh, okay. You doing big things.
Surprise at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay. Let me see. I think that one closer to me, Montrose.
Hey, we'll see you
there.
I'm
going to go to the Pearland office.
Okay.
That one closer. That's better.
It's fun. It's fun. It's big. The vibes are good. Everybody's kind of, comfortable with where they are in the Pearland office. And so it's
that's good.
Definitely the hub. Yeah.
So one thing I want to say is, I tell all my guests when they come on, I want to say this. I want to say that, one, kudos to you.
Thank you.
Right? Being a black woman that is striving and doing something excellent and impactful in our community. That's great. I love it. Also, being a motherly figure, right? Because when I go in there, I see, everybody, Dr. Ashley. And I was like, okay, they look up to her. I was like, but that's positive, though, because we need that in our community, So thank you for that. Continue to do what you're doing and stay on your purpose. Don't be crying on the show now.
Okay.
All right. So but thank you for doing that. That's beautiful, man. Anybody that I know that need anything with their body in any kind of way, I'm sending them over there.
Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt.
Muscles and joints. That's what I take care of. For
real. And she's good. So, guys, we got to get out of here, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You already know how it is when what we be doing over here. So, make sure you tell a friend what we got going on. Once again, shout out to my sponsor, 605 Adult Beverages, called Audio. Red Core Universe, man. We got to get out of here. So, guys, make sure you subscribe to Doc over there. Make sure you go to the Body Max. What's the address over there one more time?
2225 County Road 90, Pearland, Texas, 77584.
The Body Max. The Body Max. We there. So, man. So, look, I got to get out of here. We got to pay some bills, but thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, tell a friend, like I said again, whatever. We got to get out of here, man. This is Black Adam, man. I appreciate you guys. Remember, every week, I love you guys, and you can't do nothing about it. Peace.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Right. Thank you.